Who's on commit watch? Who's going to commit, Michael? I want to commit. Come on.
Commit. Charles Lester, that's the one I'm watching. So,
What?
yeah, Charles is coming this weekend for official visit. We will have an official visit preview soon. I will kind of talk into what I'm looking at, what I'm keeping an eye on. I think Charles is one that you keep an eye on because he wants to decide this summer. That's the indication I got, and certainly he's already taken 2 official visits. I think and then there's our remaining one to Georgia, but I'm not totally sold that he takes that visit personally. We'll see. He's already been to Alabama. He's been to Colorado, and then FSU's next. But I always got the indication that when he got in 3 visits, hey, watch out for a decision because he's not a guy that just likes to go through all this, stuff. I mean, he likes. I mean, every kid likes being wined and dined and treated like a red carpet treatment, but eventually some of them get tired, and I think he's one of those that kind of might get tired of that stuff. So there's a shot he will be just a teaser on the official visit preview. He will be on commit watch for me, so I'll be watching him. So certainly a lot of great visitors. We'll have a full preview on all that. You can go to if you go to maybe Aslan can pull it up for you guys for the official visits. You can see every guy that's visiting this week. There's 6 official visitors. Obviously, Charles is certainly one of the big ones. But it's going to be a lot of coverage. It's been a lot of fun, and last few weeks have been really fun. Just going to these indie camps, going to big man camps. The elite camp was a big smash, so I think certainly they're. I think they do need a commit to kind of ignite it a little bit more to get it going again. But I think overall they've set some really good buzz with a lot of recruits around the country.
Dustin R. asks, Michael, what do you think was the main thing that caused Dylan Stevenson to commit to Stanford? That happened? To commit to
That happened.
Stanford over us? What?
Yes, that happened, and I've been doing a lot of checking. That's a good question, Dustin. I was actually going to nail that with kind of a nugget later today, just on, but I'm glad you brought it up. Basically, what happened was this kid's been on board since April, and then
What do you mean on
those,
board? Like he's been assigned to Florida State?
yeah, like he was coming to FSU. They felt very good about him.
Okay.
So he was coming in, and then FSU was kind of lukewarm on him, where they were kind of like, "We like you, but and they'll take him," but it wasn't how they feel about LJ McCray or Cameron Franklin or somebody like that, where, hey, we love it. So then I heard people just in his camp were kind of like, well, now we're kind of iffy on that, so that's kind of ticked them off a little bit. So they're like, whatever. And then just started trending, and then he took the official visit to Stanford. Obviously, Stanford offers a lot as far as an academic university, and not much lately in football, but I think that's kind of maybe Stanford started talking to him. Maybe he fell more in love with the academics than he did the actual, I guess, place that could really develop him football wise. And I think that's probably ultimately won him over. But I was told like FSU was kind of, and this was even it was when they were feeling good that they were kind of like, we like him, but it wasn't like we have to have him. It wasn't like the other top tier guys like a LJ McCray or D.D. Holmes or Cameron Franklin, all these guys, Pickett, the Pickett kid, Booker Pickett, those guys, they were mentioned more to me more than they were him, but it was going to be a take, but I didn't get the impression it was kind of like live or die if we don't get this guy. But that's kind of the gist of how that worked, Dustin.
I had no idea who even their coach was, because I know David Shaw left.
Right.
Troy Taylor, the new head football coach at Stanford. He was at Sacramento State. No, listen, I'm not going to besmirch anything. I mean, Stanford's an amazing academic institution.
Right.
This one doesn't? I wouldn't think it's over, Michael. But what do I know? Do you think this is over?
I mean, they were already lukewarm kind on him, so I don't
Okay.
think they're going to push it unless they maybe miss on a bunch of guys. And so I think they were always kind of, we liked him, but it was like we've been on him so long, be stupid to not just follow through. He's a good player, but at the same time, they're better players on their boards that they like better. So I'd kind of look at it like that. So if it was like a player, like a a top tier guy that they definitely want and covet, then yeah, I would say definitely they would stay on. But I don't think they're going to push this too much.
About to give it up for Mark. What if we get James Madison, JoJo Trader, and Cam Coleman? Do we drop any of the other receivers that have committed?
Well, first of all, I don't think they're going to get all those guys.
Come on, Michael. Dream the
No,
dream.
let's just not dream something that isn't reality. So, second, if that did happen, no, I don't think they'll drop those guys. I mean, those guys they're pretty serious about all of them. B.J. Gibson, Tawaski Abrams,
What's up
Cam.
with Tawaski Abrams? I thought I saw a post on the PRB like a week ago or so that I don't know, did he tweet something? People, I mean, again, I know you don't concern yourself with what happens on Twitter, but like I saw something. Is he vacillating? Is he kind of on the fence right now, or is he still firm?
I think with him, he's taken official visits. He's went to Florida, and he's went to a few places. So I think it's kind of opens the eyes up that what's out there, what different places. I don't think decommits on his mind, but I think he's also thinking about other schools. But I think he's very comfortable with what he has at FSU. He's officially visiting FSU on the 16th, so that's going to be a big weekend for him. Actually, I think that's the 23rd. Scratch that, but yeah, I think it's a little more open than what it was as far as opening his eyes about other schools and what they offer and the different things of the fit there and stuff like that. But I think his official visit will tell a lot when he visits on the 23rd of kind of what he's looking for, if it fits everything. And I think we'll know on that date. Once he officially visits, I think it'll be either solidified or we're gonna wait around and see just kind of he can follow because there's a lot of receivers. And but maybe sees if there's a better situation there. But I do not think he's like not solid or not firm. I do believe he feels really good about FSU, but it's just more of a other schools opening his eyes. So I still think it's a little more open than it was, but I still feel good, especially at FSU getting official visit. So it's kind of a wait and see what happens on that official visit. But this is a kid that's dreamed to play at FSU for a while. But I think anytime you take these official visits, it kind of opens up kids' eyes as far as what's out there, what can be out there, and whatnot. So I think that's kind of what I'm looking at.
What if they get James Madison, JoJo Trader, Cam Coleman, and Jeremiah Smith? Would they then have to cool off on anybody that's committed?
They might have to, but I don't like to play what ifs because that's just silly to talk about. Um, about what like dream scenarios could happen. But yeah, I mean that's a decision you can make, down the line. So sure, yeah, there's probably going to have to be somebody that they kind of like say, hey, we might have to rearrange what we're planning. But,
Hey, it's our guy Khalil. Shout out to
hey,
Khalil. Let's get this party started.
thank you, Khalil.
Bills, y'all.
Thank you, Khalil. Right now, oh, wow. He wants power rankings. You ready here, Michael? He wants power rankings. Who are the third and fourth best recruiters on the staff? Who's 1, 2? Who are 1 and 2 right now then? Like Atkins, and then are we counting Norvell as one? Anyhow, so who would you think third and fourth then, Michael? He thinks it's Dugans and Yak or Chris Thompson. What say you? Defensive end linebacker recruiting needs a jolt.
I'm going to surprise some people. It's like
Do it.
Thompson's really good, and this guy's got a lot of criticism. But I'm going to say Adam Fuller in that third or fourth group. I think he does a great job. I think he doesn't give a lot of credit as much as those guys. Love what Thompson's doing with that tight end room, and certainly Yak is killing it. But I don't know who I would have out of there. But I think Adam Fuller for me would be in that third and fourth because I love what he does with prospects. He's a big reason why they've done a great job, so good with guys like Charles Lester and some other guys that aren't in his position. So I don't think Adam Fuller gets a lot of credit, but He's a big part of what they've done, and I think third and fourth, that's what I would put him on. I would have him in that group.
Khalil's got Atkins 1, Norvell 2nd, Dugan's 3rd, Yak 4th.
Norvell 2nd? Wow. Okay. Norvell should be number 1. Sorry. Like, if you look at every kid that comes to FSU, the one thing that's dramatic change in the recruitment is when they're around Mike Norvell. So for me, it would definitely be Norvell, then Atkins. And then after that, I think it's argumentative about Dugan, Yak, Thompson, or Adam Fuller for me. But yeah, the guy's unreal.
If Travis Hunter was an offensive lineman, I don't think he flips. I don't think like Alex Atkins don't lose, man. So like nope. I can go Khalil and say Atkins is 1.
Oh, okay.
No disrespect to Norvell, but like
wow.
Atkins don't miss. I mean, I guess the kid Cornelius from Rhode Island, they wanted him like number 1 out of the portal, but listen, we know what happens in the portal. We know what kind of, is the determining factor in a lot of these sort of battles. So,
and the thing is too, you got to consider is like you have portal recruiting, you have high school recruiting. Yeah. So if you have portal recruiting, our man Odell, man, killing it.
Yeah,
Daryl Jackson, Jackson,
yeah,
I mean, so
even Josh Farmer, you know, Odell went to Josh Farmer's dorm. I was like, Josh, listen up. Where do you think you're going? Where do you think you're going? So respect Odell. Let's get with the portal. Keyston. He's got that LinkedIn headshot on his YouTube. Shout out.
There you go.
Any more possible transfers? Yeah, what's up, man? Like, the portal's still open. I mean, guys, if you're a grad transfer, you can throw your name in there. But if you already have your name in there and you haven't landed, you can still. What's going on there, Michael? We're not going to.
We're kind of in a monitor stale stage of that. There hasn't been a lot of movement, but it's kind of like I look at it like transfer school alignments. You kind of hear about it every once in a while, and then damn, it just pops, and next thing you know, UCLA and USC are in the Big Ten. So it's like that's kind of how portal is right now. They're kind of evaluating, looking at stuff, and I don't think there's any movement right now. And I know that probably doesn't impress people, but I think there's a lot of still evaluations of guys they want to push for. I think they're waiting to the last minute to do that to see what's absolutely a possibility, because there's a lot of guys that could be grad transfers that hit the portal. We've already seen some guys that hit the portal this week. So I think they're kind of waiting for somebody that just blows them away before they.
That ain't going to happen, though, Michael. I don't want to be a jerk and cut you off here, but like, listen, man, no guy with like NFL, aspirations is leaving right now in the middle of June, man. Like, that's not going to happen, I don't think. I mean, maybe is it, you think?
It's not likely, but I'm just saying that's kind of the plan of waiting to see till the final minute they do it. And I think, and I've said this when it happened probably about a month ago, that I think they feel good about what their safety room is. They would love to add a piece to really nail it. But I do think they want to add a piece either – both safety and maybe linebacker / defensive lineman to finish this thing off. But I think overall, they're good with what their team is, and unless somebody just eye-popping drops in there. So I think they're just kind of in the wait mode.